Around Kansas, brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Welcome back to Around Kansas. I'm Deb Bisel. You know, a few months ago when Topeka Cemetery celebrated marked the anniversary of the Battle of the Blue, in which many of our state militiamen were killed. Of course, that state militia went on to become the National Guard, the Kansas National Guard. So who was the obvious person to come to the ceremonies at historic Topeka Cemetery and honor those men? Of course, it was Adjutant General Lee Tafanelli. Now, Tafanelli remarkably has something in common with one of the other men that we were recognizing that day, General, later Governor Sam Crawford. And Crawford, early in his career, he was just a representative from Garnett in the first state government in Kansas, the first state legislature. When President Lincoln issued the call for arms to put down the rebellion at the beginning of the Civil War, Crawford resigned from the state legislature to enlist, and of course went on to a very distinguished military career. Later on, as governor, he actually resigned his second term as governor to once again enlist and join Custer in the Indian Wars. Lee Tafanelli essentially did the same thing. He was actually a Republican member of the House representing the Ozaukee area. And he was elected, I think, in 01. He served from 01 through 04, and then he deployed for a year in Operation Iraqi Freedom. He came back to the legislature and served until 2011 when he was appointed Adjutant General by Governor Brownback. Now, Lee Tafanelli is such an interesting guy. He joined the National Guard in 1980 and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Corps of Engineers through Army ROTC at Pittsburgh State University in 1982. While serving as the commander of the 891st Engineer Battalion, he led the battalion on its deployment to Iraq for Operation Iraqi Freedom in 05, and later commanded the 69th Troop Command and was Director of Operations for the Kansas National Guard. He has served at the Department of the Army level as military assistant to the Assistant Secretary of Army Manpower and Reserve Affairs in support of Operation Noble Eagle and Operation Enduring Freedom. You know what? In addition to all that, he's just a heck of a nice guy. I know that evening when we were entertaining folks after our ceremonies, he visited with people. He was just so kind, so considerate, everyone here, so respectful of the men that he was here to honor. We're just so proud to call him a Kansan. We'll be right back.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.